Hey Adrienne, how's it going? It's Justin. This is a video for your first workout. Hope it's helpful. I'll get started right away. First exercise you're going to do on your mat is called hip lift. Okay? You lay flat. All these we did yesterday. It's just reminders. So you lay flat, push your knee away from you, and then lift this up. Okay? So you're at 90-degree angle with your raised knee, which is 90 degrees, that's 90 degrees, and this knee is pushing out, okay? So from another angle, it looks like this, okay? Palms are up, and shoulders and head are just relaxed, okay? So you hold that for 1 minute, and then switch, hold that for 1 minute, okay? It's going to help you get deep into your hips. Then you're going to do the next one. This deep hip flexor press. So you're laying flat, one leg is straight, the other knee is as close to your chest as you can pull it. Then you're going to push into it with your hands. Rather than pulling it close like that, you're actually going to push into it and keep your lower leg close to your butt. If you start to push up like that, you're only going to feel it in your rectus femoris as opposed to your iliopsoas, your hip flexor. So you're there, and it's going to help open up your hips. Then you're going to do what's called hip crossover. So one leg is bent at the knee, but straight in line with your hip, knee, ankle. Okay. The other leg, ankle crosses across the knee. Palms are down this time and out at about 45 degrees from your shoulder. You push the knee out and away from you, that direction, and then go down until that foot hits the floor. Okay. The other foot, we're there. Just rolls one side. Palms down, and then you look in the opposite direction, okay? So that knee is just pushing out, and that's the only active thing you're doing is pushing that knee away from you. So hold that for 1 minute and do the other side. I'm going to try to be quick through this so it can be posted on YouTube in a 10-minute thing. And the next exercise you're going to do is called spread foot forward bend sequence. So your thighs are tight, the weight is on the balls of your feet, your arms are here. You're going to go down slowly, and then up slowly. So just a deep stretch until you create a stretch in your hamstring. And you'll pull yourself up using your glute and your butt. Then you'll do 5 like this with your elbows back. And then 5 with your arms fully extended. The whole time you're keeping your weight forward on the balls of your feet and keeping your thighs contracted tight. Okay? The next one you're going to do is called assisted runner stretch. So you kneel in front, your heel is touching the knee of the back leg, right in front of a chair. Then you're going to come up, squeeze your thighs tight, remember that? Your quadriceps are contracted, and try to stick your butt out so you're on flat or even arched lower back. Okay? Thighs are tight, the weight is driving mainly into the front leg, front foot, primarily like the midfoot and heel of the front leg. You feel a big stretch in your hamstring. And make sure that your hips are squared, so you don't want them to be like twisted, to the side. And you'll be able to tell that by, if you look at your belly button, it should be pointed straight down, okay, right at the ground. So you do that for 1 minute, and then switch legs. Again, you can do count breaths, like 10 deep breaths, and then switch. But you want it to be about a minute, okay? Next one that you'll do is the kneeling groin stretch. So start here. Flat stomach, go forward until you feel a pull and stretch in your hip flexor. Okay, just keep your head, shoulder, and hip all in one vertical plane. Go forward until you feel stretch. Hold that. Then tuck the foot. After 1 minute, come up and hold a deep lunge stretch. Still really flat in the stomach. Stretching hip flexor. Just holding that. Okay. Then down forward. Put your hands even with your foot. Okay. Then go deep so your hips are working to get closer and closer towards the ground. The deep stretch in the groin and the hip flexor. The flexor of the back leg groins of the forward leg. And then you're going to eventually work towards getting your elbows and head all the way towards the ground as you gain functionality and flexibility. Then you go back into what's called hurdler stretch. So you're here, your foot is flexed up towards you, your quadricep is contracted tight. You're trying to flatten your back, sticking your butt up and out. You feel a big pull in your hamstring. You're going to keep driving. eventually we'll build towards being able to do lifts with this leg. But for now, just get into a nice deep stretch and contract the quadricep. Okay? Then do the other side. Then we'll do this stretch. This is a modification of what we did before. Your hands are on the ground, okay? And you're going to work towards being able to do a deep side squat there. Use your hands for help with the strength. Going down and forward. Okay? So right now I'm having my hips go up in between. Eventually we'll have them stay low, where you're just like you're stepping underneath a fence. Okay? These are lateral lunges. Okay? So for now, use your hands and just stay as deep and as low as you can in it. Okay? You go back and forth 20 times. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, up to 20. Okay? So that's going to help a lot with the functionality of your pelvis and getting your hips and quads to be working together. Now we're going to just pound the glute with those two exercises that we did together. You don't have to use weights, but it seemed that you were able to handle those 8-pounders. Put your foot up on a chair or some little footstool you have, and you're going to, the whole form is just touch the weight to the ground and up, touch and up. Okay? So that'll hit the glute. It's really simple, easy movement. The only coaching on it is touch the weight to the ground and stand up. And it's just dialed in to really hit your glute. And you want to do, you can do up to 30, eventually like 50 reps on that. It's just going to really make that, the bubble butt peach thing that you want going on. So 50 on each leg. You can start off with like 2 sets of 15, 15 on one leg, 15 on another, rest a minute, 15 on one, 15 on another, and build up your endurance with that. And the other one is that sort of like, almost like ballet, almost like sumo wrestler stance. You're holding the dumbbell between, sitting in a deep squat, feet are pointed out at 60 degrees. Okay, and you come up onto your toes, squeezing on the top, holding your balance, so you go back to your heels, touch it to the ground, really upright. So I'm not like lean forward with my hips up in the air still. My butt is the lowest thing. Up onto your balls of your feet. Okay? You can hold the dumbbell either way. This is probably a bit better for the vector. So from the side view, down, up. Okay? And again, building up to being able to do like 50 or 2 sets of 50 with that. But start off with something lighter, like 2 sets of 15, and just really feel it in the glutes, and then move on to the core. So you start off with core abdominals, 4 position exercise. On your elbows at first, squeeze your thighs, tighten your butt, tighten your abs, flatten your lower back, and then lift. So your hips are off the ground, and hold that for 30 seconds. If your shoulders are getting tired before your abs, just move your elbows out more, and the more extended your arms are, the less work on the shoulders it is, and the more it is for your abs. So here it's like tons of abs and almost no shoulder. Okay? Here is way more shoulder, way less abs. So dial it in so they're both getting worked. It's just the right amount so they both fatigue at the same time. On the side, raising up like that and holding that position again. This is more shoulder, this is more oblique. So dial it so that they both get fatigued at the same time. Then the other side. And we want to do it eventually for a minute on each side, but for now, just do 2 sets for as long as you can. I think we got about 15 seconds, honestly, on the first side, and then 15 on the second side, which is great. It's right where you're at, and it's going to progress quickly as your body just learns the coordination. Last one, be up here, lift it, and you hold that. Cool, 30 seconds. You're going to stay up to a minute, and that's your routine. Enjoy.